Hello friends, welcome back to Smart Coder. We are back in a video, and this is the last episode for our chat application with Flutter, NodeJs and Socket.io. So in this video, we are going to integrate our chat room and the chat screen and all, and after that our series will be completed. So now let's start it. So first of all, in the main.dot file, we have this direct messages, and here we have to create the page for the direct messages, and here we will write chat underscore room dot file. We will make it as a stateful widget. Here we have to write direct messages. So here we have to create some of the variables, and before that we have to just save it, and we have to map this one, and we will import from here and we will save here. So in the screen you can see we are getting the blank page here. So now we have to first design the page. Here we have to make it as a scaffold widget. Here we have the app bar, and here we have the app bar. Title we have to give it text widget direct messages. We will save here. You can see here we are getting here the title. Here we have to add the actions here. So first one we can put here icon button. On press event we will put nothing here because we are not going to cover this one here. We have to just put the icon here, icons dot person icon. So here we have the icon person, and we can implement later on, like we can have the profile page and all. The second one we will copy this one and we will paste here. This one we will change it to, we have this logout, and here we have the on press event, and the on press event we can put here await auth service. We have to import here first dot logout user, and here we have to make it as a async here. Now here we have to create a body also. We have the body here. After this app bar we have this body, and we can check if that data is loading or not. On the basis of that we can show the loader and that user data and all. And basically this screen is for having all the user which are in our database, and when user click on them then it will open the chat screen and all. And before putting here we have to make some variables here. First one will be our final chat service underscore chat service is equal to chat plugin dot chat service. Then we have the boolean underscore is loading is equal to true. So here we will check underscore is loading. Then we have to show the loader here with the center widget. We will write here child circular progress indicator. Else what we will do here, we have to make a column widget. After that we have the children's here. We have to put some padding here. We are using a constant h instant all value 8. Then we have the child here. We will put here size box. We have the height here 120. Then we have the child here. We put here future builder, and here we have to make the list dynamic. Here we have the future. We will put here auth service dot fetch users. Then we have the builder here. Here we will check if snapshot dot connection state is equal to connection state dot waiting. Then we will show here loader. We will return here center widget. Child, we have the circular progress indicator. In the else condition we will check here else if snapshot dot has data, and also we will check here if the snapshot dot data is not empty. Then from here we will return list view dot builder, and here we have the scroll direction, and we are using here axis dot horizontal. Then we have the item count. We have the snapshot dot data dot length. Then we have the item builder, and here we have the context index, and here we have the user is equal to snapshot dot data index. And from here we will return padding edge insert symmetric horizontal 8. Then here we have the child here, and we are using a inkwell because we have to make the click event for that column. And here we have the on tap event. Before that, we will make here column wizard. We have the main axis size, and we are using a main axis size dot minimum. Then we have the children's here, and we are having a circular avatar radius. We are using here 30, and then we have the background color, and we are using a colors dot gray color. Then we have the child here, and we will show here username user. Then we have to put here username dot to uppercase. And here we have the style here, and we are using a text style, font size 24. Basically what it will do, it will show the circular image view and all, and there we are not going to show any image. We are just showing the first character of the username and all. After this, we have to put here size box height 8. Then we have the text here, and we are using here username style text style font size 14. After this, we will return here center visit child. We are having here text visit no user found. So now what we will do, we will create here function that is future type of void underscore int chat service. Basically it is a initialization of the chat service. We will make it as async here. After that, we will put a try catch. Inside the try, we will put here set state, and we will put here underscore is loading is equal to true. Here we will write if not of underscore chat service dot is socket connected. That is, we have to make sure we have a active global connection all, and if the socket is not connected, then what we will do here, we will put here await underscore chat service dot initialize global connections. We'll put here semicolon. After that, what we have to do, we have to load the chat room and all. We have to put here await underscore chat service dot load chat room. Here again we will put here set state, and we will make this loading is equal to false. We will refresh the application, but before that we have to just call this function from our void int state, and we have to override this one. Here we have the super dot end state, and here we will write underscore int chat service. We'll save here. So here you will see we are getting no user found. So here we have to put the debugger here in our auth service. There we have this function fetch users. We will reload the application again. So here we will do the debugging, and the status code we are getting 401 or authentication failed, it's saying. So here the issue is like we are not passing this token inside our headers. So what we have to do, we have to put here authorizations. Then here we have to pass a token. We have to put here bearer, and this token we have to pass here, and we will reload. And so here we are getting all the users here. So now let's move further, and we will show our chat messages also here, that chat room and all. So now we have to create here the code for the chat room here. It will show all the which we are going to do with our users. And here we have to write constant text visit, and we will show the label here chat room, and we will give the style here text style font size 20. After this padding close, we have to put the comma here. We will save here. You can see here the label is coming here. So here we will create one variable here. We'll put here final chat rooms is equal to underscore chat service dot chat rooms. This one we will copy here, and we'll put here, and we will check here. If there is no chat room message, then we will just show the list is empty. We put here chat rooms dot is empty, and not of underscore is loading. We'll put here expanded visit. Here we have the child here, and we will use here center visit. Inside that we will use the column visit here, And the main access element, we are using here main access element dot center. Then we have the children's here. We will put the icon here, constant icon, and we are using a icons dot chat bubble underscore, and we can define the size here 48. Color, we can put here colors dot gray color. After that, we will put some spacing here. We will put a constant size box 16. Then we have to show here text. We'll put here no conversations yet. Here also we will put the style, and we are using a font size 18, and the color we will use here. And here we have to change here to style, text style. Then we will put here font size 18. Then we have the color here, colors dot gray color 600. After that, we will put here size box 8. Then we have the text here, and we will put here start a new conversation with someone. And here also we have the style, and we are using a text style, font size 14, color, colors dot gray color. So when there will be any conversation, then we have to show the chat room list here, and for that we will put here if chat rooms dot is not empty. Then we have the expanded, and before that we have to remove this one. We have the expanded visit. Then we have the child here, and we are using a refresh indicator, and here we have to put the child, and we are using a list view dot builder. Here we have the item count, chat rooms dot length. Then we have the item builder. We have here context index. Then from here we will return. So here we have to create one new visit that will be named as a build chat room items, that we will create here, and that we have to return from here. We put here build chat room item, and we have to pass this chat room here with this index. And the refresh, what we will do, we will just put here underscore chat service dot load chat rooms. So now we have to create this visit. We have to write here underscore build chat room item, and we have to pass the parameter here chat room. Here we have to create some variables. First one will be our final local count is equal to underscore new message count. We have to create this variable in the top. Here we have map string int underscore new message count is equal to curly brackets, and this will be for tracking the new message count locally for the instant update and all. Whenever we get any new message, then we have to update this array, then it will be stored and it will show the count in our list. And for filling this data, we will do later on. Here we have new message count, then we have the chat room. This one we have to put the lowercase dot user ID. So basically it will store the count on the basis of the user ID and all. If there will be no count, then it will be show as a 0. And then here we have one more variable that will be final unread count is equal to local count is more than chat room dot unread count. Then we have to show here local count, else we have to show here chat room dot unread count. So basically here we have to either show the unread count from the server or the local notification count, whichever is higher, and we have to ensure that UI is always up to date. Then from here we have to return container visit. Here we have the decoration and we have the box decoration. Then here we have the border, and here we have the border. In the bottom we are using a border side. Color we are using a colors dot gray color. Then we have the width, we are using here 1. Then here we have the child and we are using here. We have the list style here, and we are using here in the leading we are showing the icon here. You can also show the user profile image and all, but here we are just showing the static image. We are having here leading circle avatar, then we have the background image, and we have to put here network image, and we will check here if chat room dot avatar URL, then we have to show that, else we have to show the dummy image here like this image. After that we have the title here for the showing the username. We are having a text chat room dot username. Then we have the subtitle and we are using a text widget. So here we have to show the chat room dot latest message, and we have to format this message. Then we have to use our message formatter, which is in our inbuilt utility in our chat plugin and all. We have the message formatter dot format message preview. Then we have the max line, we are using a 1. Then we have the overflow, we have the text overflow dot. After that we have to show the time and the unread count. We are using a trailing, and we are using a column widget. Main axis alignment, we are using a main axis alignment dot center widget. Then we have the cross axis alignment, and we are using a cross axis alignment dot end. After that we have the children's here. There we have to show the text widget, and there we have to format and display the timestamp and all. And we are using a message formatter here for format timestamp, and we'll pick it from our chat room dot latest message time dot to local. So what it will do, whatever the time of that chat message we are getting in from the API is from the server time, but in the chat list and all we have to show the user local time. So according to that we have to format here, and we have to put it to local. Then we have the style here, and we are using a text style, and the font size we are using a 12, and the color we are using a colors dot gray color 600. After that we will check here if there is unread count more than 0, then we will show the count badges as a unread message count and all. We'll check here if unread count is more than 0. Then here we have the container padding, we are using a adjacent dot all 6. Then we have the decoration, and we are using a box decoration. Color we are using a colors dot green color. Then we have the shape here, and we are using a box shape dot circle. After that we have the child here, and we are using a text widget, and we will show here chat room dot unread count. Here we have the style, and we are using a text style. Color we are using a colors dot white color. Font size we are using here. So here instead of using this chat room dot unread, we can use this variable, because we are already doing the logic here. If the local count is more than our chat room dot unread count, then we will show here local count, else we will show here chat room dot unread count, so that we have to make user chat list and all updated. After that we have the on tap event. Here we will do later on when we do our navigate to chat screen and all. So here we have to make some of the events. First one is our chat room change event. We are putting here chat service dot add event listener. We have this chat events type dot chat room change. We put the name here direct underscore message. This is the ID of that event, direct message underscore. And here we will check if mounted. So here we will check if the widget is still mounted, then we will do the, here we will write set state, and we will make this is loading false. So the next event is we have to copy this one, and we will paste here. We will change the event here, that is custom event. Here we have the direct message underscore page underscore notification. Here we have this data, and here we will check if data event name is equal to new message notification. Then here we have to show the message notification, and we have to make one function here that will be named as a handle new message notification, and we'll pass the data here underscore data. And inside this function we are going to update our message count read and all. So here we have to create the function here, and we'll put it underscore handle new message notification, and we have the map string dynamic message data. And here we will check if not of mounted, then from here we will just return here. Here we have the final sender ID is equal to message data, this sender name, and here we will just get the sender ID from the notification, and we will check if sender ID is not equal to null. Then from here we will set state underscore new message count. We pass this sender ID is equal to underscore new message count, and we pass this sender ID, and we will do +1. So what we are doing here, we are just checking here if the sender is not equal to null, Then we will increment the new message count here. Also we can show the new message alert here also if required. That also from here we can do. So we have to create one last function here that will be used for navigate to our chat screen. Here we have void underscore navigate to chat. Here we have the string user ID, string username, and before navigating user to the chat screen we have to remove the message count of that particular user. We will put here set state underscore new messages count dot remove, and here we have to pass the key that is user ID, because if you see here we are just setting the sender ID here, and that sender ID is the whatever the user ID we are passing here, because we are calling this function navigate to chat on when we click on any user, particular user, and that is the sender ID and all. Here we have the navigator dot push context. Then we have the route here. We are using a material page route. Then we are having here builder context, and here we have to write the chat screen page that we need to create, and here we have to pass two things. First one is the receiver ID, that will be this user ID. Then we have the receiver name, that will be this username. And then here we have to refresh the chat room when we returning from the chat screen, and we put here then underscore chat service dot load chat rooms. We have to comment this code because we have to first create our chat screen page and all. So now let's move further and we will create our chat screen. So first of all we will log into two devices. First one, this one, Android snippet coder. Here we will put the password. After that we will log in here also. You can see here we have two devices now. So we have the old data also here, so you can ignore that one. So now what we will do, we will create our chat screen. When we click here, then we will land to that chat screen. First we have to go to the pages, and from here we will chat underscore screen dot file. We will make it as a stateful widget. We'll put here stateful. We'll name it as a chat screen page. We will copy this name and we will go here in the chat room and we will uncomment this code. From here we will link this one. Before that we have to also put these two variables also there. We have to put here these two variables, receiver ID and the receiver name, and we will also put here inside our constructor also here. Now we'll go here again. We will import the file here. Now we will save. Now reload the applications. I click here, and before that we have to call this page also, and we have to go here in the top, and we have to go here in the build chat room item, and here in the on tap event, and here we have to write here navigate to chat, and we have to pass two variables. First one the chat room dot user ID and the second one is the chat room dot username. We'll save it here. Now here we will click here. You will see here we are going to chat screen page here. If I click here, here also we are going, but page are coming as a blank here. So now we have to start writing the code here. First we will make it as a scaffold widget. Here we have to put the app bar. We will put here app bar. We have the title here, and for the title we are going to use here column widget, and for the title we have to use a column widget. Then we have to put a cross axis alignment, and we are using a cross axis alignment dot start. Then we have the children's here, and we have to put here first one text widget, and we have to get it from our widget dot receiver name. Whatever the receiver name we are passing from here, we will save here. You will see here we have this back button, and then we have the receiver name coming here. So here you can see the receiver is Rajat, and here we have the snippet coder. When we click here, you will see the snippet coder name coming here. Like if you want to chat with any of these contacts, so what we have to do, we have to modify here also in the chat room. So here in the build, we are having this list here, and in the on tap event we have to put here this navigate to chat, and we have to pass these two variables. So what it will do, it will land user to that page with that particular user. Suppose if I click here test user, you will see here we are coming here test user here, same here also. So now let's move further. So we will use here visit binding observer, and that we will use to observe the app lifecycle changes and all. We have to put here with visit binding observer. After that we have to create two variables. First one is for our text editing controller, and the second one is the scroll controller that will be used for our text box and all. After that we have to initialize our chat service. We have to import here. So we have to create one variable here, and that variable will be used for the unique ID prefix for our event listener and all. We have to put here final string listener ID, and that name will be chat screen page. Then we have to create four variables, and the first one is loading, that will be used for loading indicator state and all. After that we have this is typing, that will be used for like user is typing or not. For that state we have to see. Then we have this load more messages state and all. Then we have our has more messages, and here we have to override void int state. We have our super dot int state. Then we have to add this observer here, visit binding dot instance dot add observer. This now we have to create two functions. First one will be our register event listener and all. We have to write a void register event listener. Inside that we have to define our listener. First listener will be for listening the message list changes and all. We have to put here chat service dot add event listener. We have to put the event type, that we will pick it from our event type dot enum dot message change ID. We have to pass that unique ID which we have created. We have to put here $_ listener ID hyphen messages. Then we have to create here callback, and we have to create the function here for the callback. And here we will check if the widget is still mounted. Then we have to hide the loading indicator and all. We have to put here if mounted. We have to set the state here is loading is equal to false. So we have to create one function that will be named as a scroll to bottom, and that will be used to scroll to the bottom when any new message arrived. That we have to put here. And for function we will create here void _ scroll to bottom. We have to check here if _ scroll controller dot has clients _ scroll controller dot animate to. We have to put here the position scroll controller dot position dot max scroll extend. We have to put here duration, and we have to use here durations in millisecond 300. Then we have to put the curve here for the animation. We are using a curves dot ease out. Now here we have to put visit binding dot instance dot add post framework callback. We have to put the callback function here, and we will write here scroll to bottom. After that we have to create one more event listener, and that will be used for typing status change and all. We will put here chat service dot event listener, and we are using here chat event type as a typing status change, and we have to change this listener ID with the hyphen typing, and we will check here if it is still mounted. Then we will update the UI, like we have to update the user's typing and all. After that we have to create one more listener that will be used for online status of the user. We have to put here chat event type as a online status change, and we have to put here listener ID as a hyphen online, and after that we have to update the UI. So we have to put another message listener, and that will be used like if there will be any change in the message status, and on the basis of that if we want to update our UI, or if we want to show any local notification or any pop-up to the user, for that purpose also we can use here. We have to put here message status change. After that we have to create one more last listener that will be used for the error handling and all, and that will be listen for all the chat errors and all. Here we have the chat event type as a error and listener ID -error. That will be our ID of that listener. Then we are checking here if it is mounted. Then we are showing here error message to the user. So now this register event listener, we have to call it from our this function int state and all. After that, we have to create one more function that will be for initialize our chat and all. We have to write here future void initialize chat, and we have to make this as a async here. After that, we have to set the status here as a loading true. Set status underscore is loading true. After that, we have to put a try catch. First, here we have to initialize our chat with the selected receipt and all. So what we have to do here, we have to put here await underscore chat service dot initialize chat service, and we have to initialize the chat here in our chat service, and then we have to pass this receiver ID, like we are going to chat with some particular user and we have to set that receiver ID in our chat plugin and all. So we have to put here visit dot receiver ID. After that, we have to load all the messages of that particular receiver with the logged in user. We have to put here await underscore chat service dot load messages. So after that, we have to set that user status to the online. We have to put here chat service dot update user status true. This will make status as a online. After that, we have to emit one function from here in the chat service for getting the status of that particular user. So what we have to do here, we have to put here chat service dot emit custom events. We have to put the event name here, and those event name already mentioned in our chat plugin page and all. You can check from there. We have to put here get underscore user underscore status. After that, we have to pass our data here. We have to put here user ID, and we have to pass here visit dot receiver ID. So this function will update the user receiver status in the variable which is in the chat service, that is receiver online. After this, we have to disable the loading status, and we will put here is loading false. After that, we have to do the same visit binding dot instant dot add post framework callback, and we have to call here the function which we have created, that is underscore scroll to bottom. Again, here we have to call this scroll to bottom, like after loading all the messages and status of that particular receiver, we have to go to the bottom of that chat screen and all. And here in the catch also, we have to make this is loading as a false here, and we have to call this function from here. So now we have to create one function that will be used for trigger the typing indicator for that user, and we have to put here void underscore on text change is currently typing is equal to underscore controller dot text is not empty, and we'll check here if underscore is typing is not equal to is currently typing. So here we will only send a typing indicator when the user typing in state change, else we will not send any status. And we have to put here is typing is equal to is currently typing, and from here we will pass chat service dot send typing indicator, and we have to pass this variable here. And this function we will call here on the change event change listener for the typing indicator. We'll put here controller dot add listener on text change. So now here we will handle the application lifecycle and all. We have to override void did change. We have to put here did change app lifecycle state and all, and this we will use for updating the user status, like is the user logged in, is the user online or not, if the app goes in the background or is in the post state on the basis of that, we have to update the status of the user. First, we have to check here state is in the resume state. Then we have to put user back to the online state. App is in the pause state. That means app is in the background. We have to make the user as a offline and away status. So now we will complete our UI from here. We have the body here and we are using a column visit, and we have the children's here, and here we will check if underscore chat service dot is receiver typing. Then we have to show the text here, like receiver name is typing, that we have to show here. We have the container here, and padding we are using here edge inset dot symmetric horizontal we are using here 16, vertical we are using here 8. After that we are using a alignment, and we will put here alignment dot center left, and this bracket we have to remove from here. We have the child here, and we will use a text widget, and we have the text widget here, and we will put here $visit dot receiver name is typing, and we have the style here, and we are using a text style. Color we are using a colors dot gray color 600. Then we have the font style, and we are using a font style, and we are using a font style dot italic. We save here, and let's check here is it working or not. We will go inside the chat, but before that we have to also put the text box also here, and we have to put the text box first before adding anything else. We have to put edge insert dot all 8. We have the child here, and we are using a row visit because we have to show the 2 items in the one row, that is the text box and the send button. We have the text button here. You can see here text button is coming here, and if we type something here, you can see here Rajat is typing here. If we stop typing here, you will not see any message here. Same way, if we do here, you will see here snippet code is typing here. That means our typing indicator is also working fine. So now let's move further, and we will add the more code here, and here we have to put the icon for our send button, and also we have to create this function send message. Here we will write void underscore send message async. We have the final text is equal to underscore controller dot text dot trim, and here we will check if text is empty. Then we will return from here, and we will clear the input also, controller dot clear. After that we have to put a try catch, and here we will show the error in case of any error message come. We have to put here await underscore chat service dot send message, and we have to pass this text here. So before sending any message, we have to also show the previous message or the message display and all. And before that, we have to also create the status of that user is logged in or not. What we have to do here, we have to create one visit here, visit underscore build user status, and we have to check here if underscore chat service dot is receiver online. Then we have to return here text visit online. Style we will use here text style. Font we are using here 12, and the color we are using it colors dot green color. In the else condition, we will check here if underscore chat service dot last seen is not equal to null. Then we will return here text visit last seen. We have to use here message formatter dot time ago function that we already created in our chat plugin, and we have to just pass here chat service dot last seen. And the style we have to use here text style. We have to use the same style here. We have to copy this one, and we can paste here. And in the else condition, we will just show here return size box dot shrink That means it will not take any space. It will just show the empty size box. So now we have to call this from our app bar, and here we can show here. We'll save here. You can see here it is showing online. If we go from here, and we are still in the application, that's why it's showing online. So if I go again here, you will see we are getting here online. So that means our status is also working fine. So now let's move further and we will add the message also. So after the receiving typing, we have to put one more checking here. So here we have to put the loading indicator when we have to fetch our older message and all. We have to check here if is loading more. Then we have to put here container with the loader and all. After that, we have to show our message list, and this text box and all we have to keep in the bottom here, and here we have to show the message list. And what we have to do, we have to use the expanded widget. We have to put the child here. We have to check here if is loading. Then we have to show the loader here with the center widget, child, circular progress indicator. And here we have to create one variable here, final messages is equal to underscore chat service dot messages, and we will check here if messages dot is empty. Then we have to show here center widget. We have to show the child here and put the message here, no messages yet start. We have to show here this message, no messages yet, send a message to start a conversation. And we have to remove here. After this one, we will check here. We have to use the notification listener here, and we are going to use here scroll notification. And here we have to detect the scroll position for loading more message and all. We have to put it on notification. We have the scroll notification, scroll info, and here we have to load more messages when we reaching the top. And we will put here scroll info dot metrics dot pixel is equal to scroll info dot metrics dot min scroll extent. We have to put here load, and from here we have to load the messages, and for that we have to create the function, and we have to go bottom, and we have to create the function here, future type void underscore load more messages. And we have to check here if underscore, and here we will check already loading or no messages, or we reach at the end, then we will not do any load and all. So what we will do here, we will check here chat service dot messages dot is empty, or underscore is loading more, or not of has more messages, underscore has more messages. Then from here we will return, and from here we will show the loading indicator. We will put here set state underscore is loading more is equal to true. And here we have to calculate the next page. Assuming we are loading 20 messages per page, we have to create two variables here. We have the two variables here. First one is the current message count. We have to get the total messages count from our chat service. Then in the next page variable, we have to divide it with 20, and we have to plus here 1. After that, we have to put the try catch. We'll put here final new messages is equal to await underscore chat service dot load messages, and we have to pass here page. That will be our next page variable, and we have to make this function as async here. And from here we will just set our state to is loading more is equal to false. So this function we have to call from there, and here we have to return true, and here we have to put a child here. So now here we have to create our list view builder and all. We have list view dot builder, and we have to set here controller underscore scroll controller. Then we have the padding here, and we are using here edge instead dot symmetric horizontal 10 vertical 20. Then we have the item count here, and we have to put here messages dot length Then we have the item builder here, and we have to put a context index, and we have to create two variables here. First one will be our message object is equal to messages, and we have to put the index here, and the next variable will be final is me, and that will be for checking if that message is sent by us or it will be received by us. And for that we have to use this variable is mine. Is mine is for identified like this message I sent to the receiver or the message which I received from the receiver. After that we have to create the message bubble with the alignment based on the sender. We have to use here alignment we are using here is me. Then we have to use here alignment dot center right, else we have to use here alignment dot center left. Now here we have to use the child here, and we are using a container, and we are putting a padding as a edge inset all 10. Then we have the margin here, and we are putting here edge inset dot symmetric, and vertical we are using here 4, horizontal we are using here 8. Then we have to create the, so you will see here in the UI no message yet, send a message to start the conversation and all. And here we have to use a decoration, and we are using a box decoration. We have to use a color on the basis of is me. Then we have to show the color as a color start pink color 50, else we are using a color as gray color 200. After that we are using a border radius, and we are using a border radius circular 10. After that we have the child here, and we are using a column widget here, and we have to show here text message dot message, and here we have to put the children's here. After that we have to put here size box dot height. We have to put here size box height 2, and then we have to show the timestamp and all. We have to use here row widget. Main axis size we are using a main axis size dot min. Then we have the children's here, and we have to use the text widget here, and we are using a message formatter dot format timestamp, and we have to use here message dot created dot to local. We have to show the time according to the local time zone of that user, because the time coming from the server is the server time and all. We have to make sure it will be according to that local time and all. After that we have to put here size box, and we have to put here visit width 4. Then we have to create one more function that will be used for showing the message status, that will be deliver, not deliver, single tick or the double tick and all. Now here we have to build a message status indicator that will be send, deliver or read. We have to put here visit underscore build message status, and we have to pass the parameter as a string status, whatever the status we are passing from that function. On the basis of that we have to show here the icons and all. We have to use the switch case here. We have to put here status, and then we have to create the cases. First one will be a send status, and we have to use here return constant icon start check icon. Size we are using here 14. Color we are using a color start gray color. After that we have to use the case as a deliver. We have to show here the double tick and all, and we have to return here row visit children's. We have to put here icon start check icon. Size 14. We have to put here comma, and the color we are using a color start gray color. So here we have to use the transform dot translate for giving some spacing and all to the second icon. Transform dot translate, and we have to put the offset, and we are using here offset, and we have to pass here -4 and 0 here. After that we have the child here, and we have to use the same icon here. We have to copy this one, and we have to paste here. After that we have to make one more status. We have to copy this one, and we have to paste here, and we will change it to a read status. Here we have to use a double blue check mark for read and all. We have to use a main exercise, and we are using a main exercise dot min. Then we have the children's here, and we have to put this icon as a blue, and the second icon also we will put as a blue here. After that we have to put here default one. We have to return here size box dot shrink. So what we are doing here, we are checking if the state is sent status. We have to put single tick as a gray. If it is delivered but not yet read, then we have to put the double tick as a gray. And then we have the case for the read, that means the message has been read by the receiver. Then we have to make it as a blue here for the double ticks and all. In the default we will not show anything. So now we have to call this function, and from here we will check if is me. We have to build message status, and we have to put here message dot status, because this status will only be shown to the status for the message only show for the particular message which I have sent to the user, but not for the user sent to me. For that we have to read the status and all. After that we have this message text box and all, and this send message we already have. Now let's reload the application, see is it working or not. So now I am here. So now if I put here test, if I click the send, you will see here the message came here. I am already logged in here. That user snippet code is already logged in. That's why it is showing blue tick. So now let's go back here. So now here I will put here I will put here hello, and if I put if I click the send button here, so you will see here we are getting here hello with the gray color because the message delivered to the user but not yet read. So now if I go to that chat, so now it is not loading the previous message. So now let's see where the issue is. So let's put debugger here. It is not showing any message here. So now let's go to our chat initializer, and let's see the message loading API and all, and let's see where the issue is. We have this setup chat API handler, and here we have this URL and all, and seem like the issue is here, like we are putting your current user ID as a variable name, but it should be sender ID. So now let's save it, and now let's reload the application, see is working or not. So now if I click here, you will see we can see all the previous messages. Even you can see this load is loading for the load more messages and all, but this load is not getting stopped. So now let's see, let's put the debugger here. And after this we forgot one thing. If no new messages were loaded, we have to reach the end and we have to change the status here. We have to put here if new messages dot is empty, then we have to put here has more messages equal to false. Now let's save it and let's see. So now if I click here, this load is still loading. What wrong we are doing here is like we are calling this is loading more from here. Instead of doing that, we have to finally block, and from there we have to call this one. We will save it and we will reload the application. So now we will click again here. You will see here all the latest messages are coming here, and same if I do from here, you will see all the messages coming here. If I type any new message here, new message, if I click send here, you will see message coming here. Now let's go back and we'll click again here. You will see this new message coming here. So that means our chat is also working perfectly fine. So that's all in this video. I hope you like the video. This is the last video for our chat application with Flutter, NodeJs and Socket.io with the clean architecture. So I hope you like all the videos in this series, and very soon I will going to start a new series. Thanks for watching the video.